Well, the next event, the 4x200 meters relay for women. The men will be next up, but the ladies out first. Poland go out in lane 6 from the 5 teams in this final. Kuzowska will be the lead-off athlete, handing over to Chiba, Adamek and Gola. Then the Danes in their tights. Louise Oostergaard, she is running on fresh legs. The next 3 athletes, well, there was a late change. Matilda Kramer replacing Bomber on leg 3 for the Danes. The Irish, well, they are on a real crest of a wave. Lynch, Doherty, Quinn and Becker, their quartet. Then the Kenyans, Joan Chirona will be the lead-off athlete, handing over to Doreen Waka, Monica Safania and Maximila Imali. Watch Imali on that final leg for the Kenyans. And Ecuador will be on the inside. Gabriela Tenorio did leg 1 for the 4x100 just a few minutes ago. And Villalba is running on fresh legs on the second leg for them. Landazuri and Suarez. So Poland on the outside. Paulina Guzowska is their lead-off athlete. Kamila Chiba, Claudia Adamek and Milena Gola, the rest of her squad. Denmark, Louise Oostergaard running on fresh legs, passes over to Gravesgaard, Kramer and Glenna Fransen. Then Eve Lynch, Kate Doherty, Sarah Quinn and Sophie Becker for the Irish in lane 4. Kenya, Joan Chirona, Doreen Waka, Monica Safania and Maximila Imali. And Ecuador on the inside with Angela Gabriela Tenorio on the opening leg for them. She'll hand over to Villalba, who's running on fresh legs, and Landazuri, who ran leg 4 in the 4x1, and Gabriela Anahi Suarez, who ran leg 2 in that 4x100 meters just a few minutes ago for Ecuador. Ecuador was 6th 2 years ago. Can they improve on that from lane 2? Surely they can if they can get the baton round. There's 5 teams here. Well, those big staggers, of course, take into account the nature of this 4x200 meters event. Poland on the outside look to have gone off really well. To left of picture, extreme left of picture is Paulina Guzowska. They lead at the moment. See that graphic bottom left of your screen? That constantly changes, showing you the leader at each changeover. Poland from Ecuador and Ireland. Not a perfect changeover for the Poles, but it doesn't matter over 2 laps of the track. Ireland in second place at the moment with Kate Doherty on this second leg, closing up on the Dane Gravesgaard outside her. Doherty there working hard, really pumping hard with the arms and looking strong down the back straight, but the Poles will be tough to catch, Jenny.
Yeah, and this is a very hard race to judge for all those athletes who's running such a big stagger at the beginning, and of course they run in lanes the whole of the 2 laps. But that visual, that graphic at the bottom really helps, doesn't it? Poland from Ireland from Ecuador.
Well, coming to the final changeover for Ireland here, it's Sarah Quinn. She'll hand over to Sophie Becker. There was some pressure being applied from Kramer, but that seems to have reduced as a Poland handover. Very casual changeovers of Poland, because I think they know they've got a big lead here. The Irish have the stagger unwinding in their favour here. Can they close on Poland significantly here? Good running in lane 2 from Ecuador. Suarez it is in his final leg for them, as Kenya bring up their rear at the moment with Ireland in second place, still 3 or 4 metres shy of what they need. Marlena Gola here will not be caught. It's going to be victory for the home nation. Gola storming away and stretching away towards the line. Ireland second, and in third place it was indeed Ecuador. Well, a big win that for the Poles. A very comfortable win as it turned out. Great running from the Irish, who were applying pressure right until the last 50 or 60 metres of that 2-lap race, the 4x200. Unique, of course, a race of that duration being run in lanes. But when you've built up a big lead, you do have the luxury, unlike in the 4x100, of taking plenty of care over the changeovers?
You know, some of those changeovers, it's very hard when you're coming in at, you know, that sort of speed with fatigue in your legs. The Irish are delighted with that national record, in fact. But yeah, I was watching a couple of the athletes. The 4x1, you're going through with momentum. The 4x4, yes, you're a little bit tired, of course, when you give the baton over, but the momentum isn't there and you've got more of a relaxed changeover. But that was really tough, those changeovers with fatigued legs, and you're still coming at high speed. But I'm sure all these women really enjoyed that opportunity of competing over that not so often run distance of 4x200 metres. The Irish athletes are delighted with that second place.
Well, they should be. They set a national record behind Poland. Poland, by the way, setting a national record as well, 134.98 by over half a second. The Irish setting a national record by almost a second. Just a couple of clicks shy of a full second faster than ever before from that Irish quartet to take second place. Ecuador third from that inside lane. They set a season's best with 136.86. Denmark fourth, Kenya in fifth. But Denmark and Kenya both also setting national records. So 4 national records from the 5 teams. And that, of course, is explained by this event being very rarely run. And there will be big chunks to come off those times, I'm sure, in years ahead, because in warmer conditions, each of those athletes would have felt a lot more comfortable powering around their half lap. Well, we can have a look at some of those changeovers. The Polish squad, all smiles, of course. Not only the winners, but a national record for them. That's a unique double. Look at this first changeover from Poland. Goes off a little early, does the Polish second leg runner, Kamila Chiba, but it doesn't matter because such was the quality of the running from Guzowska. And then that second changeover, Chiba to Adamek. The Irish there having a really good changeover. The Danes not quite as good, and that cost them 2 or 3 metres perhaps. Here's the third changeover. But Jenny, the Poles were not to be caught, not to be denied.
So much strength in depth in Polish athletics now, and particularly on the women's side. 400 metres, particularly, you know, that squad has won so many medals over the years. And people who make up a 400 metre squad, of course, are 200 metre runners, 400 metre runners, sometimes 800 metres and 400 metre hurdlists. And I'm sure a lot of these women are just so grateful to get an opportunity, because it's hard to...
Who finished up in third place, made the roster from the team not to do so.
Runners, 400